Hey buddies, how many of you remember multiplication table? Very few of you I know. Even I don't remember too. So can we write some program which will print this whole multiplication table from 1 to 100 on the screen? Let's try. What we would need for this is loop. So we'll try to use for loop. If you remember, in one of the videos we wrote a program where we printed 1 to 10 or whatever the given number is. We printed those many natural numbers. In this program we will just extend it. We'll not take any input. We'll consider that we want to print it to 1 to 10. So what I have to do is first declare one index. So int index. Then for index equals to 1, because natural numbers start with 1, and then number is less than equal to 10, because up to 10 I want to print it, and then index plus plus, so that is the incrementation by 1, and print the number. Printf %d comma index. Yeah, okay, let's see, does it? Ooh, I did something wrong. What is the wrong? The number is not declared function. It is undeclared, because it is undeclared, because I made a mistake. You should not. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. It printed something horizontally. Okay, now let's say we want to print something horizontally, and then each row we want to print the next numbers. So instead of having this as an index, what I'll do is, as it is printing horizontally, I'll call it row. So I just make it row, and I have to replace this row everywhere. Oh, there is no change in the output. Everything remains same. Now I'll take one more loop that will be my nested loop. So let's write for, I need to have column, and column, don't really give abbreviation. So column equals to 1. Let's see whether it works. And then column is less than equal to 10. Again, semicolon, column plus plus. I keep doing mistakes. Good. Print statement should be inside. What we are doing now, we are printing a row, but we also have a column. The logic is, what we must do is we must print the multiplication of row and column. Let's see if it works. Oh no, it has printed everything on a single line. What I missed, I have to print I have to print the next line character, that is /n. Now will it do something what I need? It tried to do something, but you know the output is mixed up. It is not really forming a columns. Okay, let's format the output. How to format, what I'll do is I'll make use of this %t. I'll just put 5 here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, hey, it formatted my output. With the %d, if you put some integer before d and after %, then what it does, it aligns your output or the character or integer what you want to print on the right side, and it adds these spaces or pads these spaces before that, and those spaces will be 3 in this case, will be 4 in this case. Why? Because we have mentioned 5 here. So what this %5d is doing, it is creating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space on the screen, and then it is adding or it is utilizing the space on the right side for your digits or whatever you want to print, and on the left it adds the remaining spaces. So overall space occupied by %5d will always be 5 spaces, and it will print your number in that. If the length of your number or your characters is less than what length you have given, then you will really see a good output, formatted output. But if it exceeds, then it doesn't really bother about it. So here, if you see, we have printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, and at the bottom here it is 100. It's exactly the multiplication table of 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, what we call it. If you want to make it to 20, okay, we just need to increase the columns. Let's see whether it works or it proves me wrong. Oh, it's my friend, it didn't prove me wrong. So it is up to 20, 200 it has printed. Make it 30, up to 30. It's wrapping because space was less. Now it is 1 to 30. You no more need to remember it. Your program will always give you it within a second. What we can do is you can take the input, this 30, because you may not need it always up to 30, you may need it up to 10. So you can just enhance your program by declaring one variable and checking the input number. Is it a good variable name? No, let's say up to. That looks good. Print f, enter a number up to which you wish to print multiplication table. Oh, that's too long. Yeah, it's too long. Multiplication. And scanf %t again, and to, but with ampersand, and then just replace this 30 with up to. That's it. Oof. Let's type 15. Oh, 1 to 15. You can enhance it more if you just want to print it for 15, then you can just take one loop and do your thing. I'll just be a little more sophisticated and will tell user that here is a multiplication table from 1 to %d and up to. That's it, we are done. You would really be worrying why I keep these many blank lines or these spaces, or why do I really worry about adding space here, adding space after the operator, or why do I put spaces after this commas. The reason is pretty simple, that whenever you're writing a program, always be sure it should look beautiful. It should be the most readable. It should be properly formatted. Because if you don't really format the program, then the other who is going to read it won't be able to read it properly. To have program more readable, you must format it. And these are some formatting guidelines where you put the spaces between the operands of around the operator, or whenever you use comma, you should put the space after this. By doing this, your program becomes more and more readable. I would also make it more readable by just reducing this, removing this. And what I would do is I would just declare one variable, we'll call it value, and I'll say okay, value equals to row into column, and then I'll put value here. By doing this, your program becomes more debuggable, because whenever you will be debugging this program, if you wish to, in case of errors or problems, then it will help you. Earlier when it was here, you don't know what is the value, but here now you come to know what is the value before printing it. And separating such expressions with the different statements on the different lines helps improving the debuggability of your program. It is always good to do that. Okay, then I missed something, is to put this slash n here. I'll do that. And just to revise, okay, let's try to run and then revise it. Up to 15 or 14 or 13. Yeah, here is a multiplication table from 1 to 13 and it has printed it. Okay, so in this program what we did this time was we took two for loops, we nested the outer for loop, we traversed through the rows, and then within the rows we traversed through the columns. If you see, whatever is being printed horizontally is because of the columns. So this line is being printed with the inner loop, and this, sorry, I cannot select it, this one is being printed through the outer loop. So outer loop is helping you to go to next line, because we have printed slash n here. What happens, every row it picks the first row and then it starts printing the columns. After these many columns, because we have put 15, so it up to 15 it will go, and then it will again go to the next line after printing that, and then this row will become 2. It will keep on adding the row index to the row variable. row indexer, and at the end we just return. So in this way you can use nested for loop, and you can print multiplication table or whatever your requirement would be. You can achieve your requirement. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Goodbye. Next time we will see some more better logic. Till then what you can do is just we ended up this with up to. What you can do, you can even add the seed value from number to some number. So currently this is fixed, that is 1. What you can do is you can even take this value as an input from the user. See you next time. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then please subscribe the channel. Take care.